Hello, everyone. It's Ty Slatter with GTA Sports. And welcome to another edition of GTA's ISO Mode. If you haven't already, follow GTA Sports Network, GTA Heat Check on social media platforms. Like, comment, and subscribe to GTA Sports on YouTube. And don't forget to check out GTASports.com for all things in world sports. Today, we're talking about the Indiana Pacers. A team that overachieved last year and were actually in the playoff picture up until Tyrese Halliburton went down with an injury. And he missed about 10 games, and they went 2-8 in that series and effectively ended their playoff chances last season, but they were ahead of schedule. This year, I have the Pacers going to the playoffs, and I'm going to break down to you why. This roster is ready to go. We're only a few games in the season, so I'm not trying to overhype it or anything. I'm just being realistic. We're just talking basketball. They brought back the same team they had last year and found a way to add by subtracting. The players that they lost in transition weren't players that were impacting the playoff picture, but they were able to pay Bruce Brown. They were able to keep Miles Turner. They were able to bring Obi Toppin over from New York. And you still currently have Buddy Hield, even though he is in trade talks, that they're not going to re-sign him, or the number that he wants is less than what they're offering. So there's a possibility that Buddy Hield will be traded by the trade deadline. But I'm going to be honest with you. Even with that being on the table, and I understand why, Buddy's been relegated to the bench because Benedict Mathurin is now a part of the starting lineup. So you see the problem here. Even though Buddy is one of the best three-point shooters the NBA has to offer, I'm talking top 3 in efficiency, if not number 1 right now. I think it's the reality of it is he doesn't fully fit their timeline. He's already a seasoned vet compared to the players and the team they're building around Tyrese Halliburton, bringing in Bruce Brown, who just came fresh off the championship in Denver last season. Obi Toppin, who's young. Mathurin's young. Miles would be one of the older guys on the team now at 29, 30 years old. 9 years in the league now. You still got Nembhard. The vet T.J. McConnell still sticking around as the vet off the bench. And, of course, Jalen Smith, who's also the backup to Miles Turner, putting up numbers off the bench as well. What they did in Cleveland over the weekend, look, it was what we would like to call a masterclass of maximizing your players on and off the bench. The bench player scored over 60 points. That alone, this team can put up buckets. It doesn't matter if it's starters, reserves, veterans, leaders. It doesn't matter. This team, as it stands, once Bruce and Obi get used to the system, because they're still finding their position on the team, being that they're the new guys, and Buddy going to the bench, which allows Mathurin to develop and be able to do more as far as a part of the starting 5, I got the Pacers going to the playoffs, top 5 in the East. Barring injury, knock on wood, barring injury, I have the Indiana Pacers top 5 in the East going to the playoffs this year. And I don't really have to, the evidence, it shows itself. I went to a few games last year. I was fortunate to go to the Laker game, which they barely lost. I mean, the Pacers were winning the whole game, and LeBron and AD managed to pull it together in the fourth quarter. And I also went to the Charlotte Hornets game, which they ended up winning, I believe, against LaMelo Ball when he was healthy. So I know what this team can do. I've seen it with my own eyes, and not just highlights. This team is a playoff team right now. I would rather them keep Buddy and find a way to come to an agreement with what he's requesting and what they're offering. I'm hoping the Simon brothers can come somewhere in the middle and make it happen. Because even though Buddy's older, I love what he does on the court and what he does for this team. He's definitely somebody who works well with Halliburton, since they both came over from Sacramento. So they know each other very well. They know their games very well. Their games complement each other. They're cohesive. And the conflict of trying to develop Mathurin and Buddy playing the same position. If I'm Buddy Hield, unless there's a team that wants me, which a lot of teams are acquiring about him, but if it's not a team that's guaranteed to win a championship, why would I leave Indiana? That's really my my only issue with it. I feel like, look, and if it's not a team better than what you have right here in Indiana, why leave? The fans love you. They took you in, even though we all knew initially you didn't want to go to Indiana. So you found a way to embrace the opportunity and not be sour about it like you probably felt initially when you got traded to Indiana. But if it doesn't work out, I understand it's basketball. I just hope that the owners can get something. Like, if you're going to trade Buddy, get a great package back to add to this development you're doing. Because this team, as it stands, I got them going top 5 in the East. Because there's teams at the top that are going to fall. And I'm going to do more ISO modes on teams in the Eastern Conference to break down my beliefs on why the Pacers are going to be top 5 or better this year. But I got them locked in going to the playoffs this year, barring injury. And I'm not going to take too much of your time on this one because the Pacers did wonderful over the weekend, 125-113 on the Cleveland Cavaliers in Cleveland. Tyrese Halliburton scored a good, I believe 11 of his 21 points in the fourth quarter. He went, crazy in the fourth. Miles Turner gave him 20 and 12. Naismith, unsung hero from last year, dropped 26 and 9 off the bench. Buddy gave him 10 and 4. Jalen Smith gave him 13, 6 and 3, and he's the backup center to Miles. Again, TJ gave him a solid 8 and 8 and 2. I mean, the bench really showed up. Everybody scored that number was called, everybody scored. Nimhard as well. 4, 4, and 2 as well. So again, everybody contributed. Benedict Mathurin gave him 13 and 1. Again, everybody that showed up to play gave him buckets, and I love what the team looks like this year. Just a continuation of last year's growth and development. Off-season work has been put in. The new guys are gelling well. Just stay tuned. That's all I really can say. If you're a fan of the Pacers, just have patience. You can't rush greatness. Gotta have patience. And this has been an ISO mode for my Indiana Pacers. You can find me at Slatter on social media platforms. GTA Sports Network, GTA Heat Check as well. Like, comment, and subscribe to GTA Sports. And don't forget to turn on your notification bell because I'm dropping videos every day. It's NBA. And don't forget GTASportsnet.com for all things of what sports is Slatter. And until next time, take care.